Well, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Tina Greer of Greer Business Solutions, and I wanted to come on today. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing very well. Um, Today is what, August the 11th. This is Thursday of 2022. And I was thinking about you guys. I said, well, let me just pop on in here and share some information because I was going over some, I guess, price models and templates. I was reviewing price models and templates in anticipation of working with my client. And I was like, okay, I know people are have many questions in regards to setting up their pricing infrastructure, and I just wanted to come in and to kind of share some information with you in regards to pricing and some of the nuances that you have to have in order to kind of automate your process to make it easier for you. But first and foremost, you have to have these steps in place. So I'm just going to kind of talk about three different items that I think that everyone that is serious about growing your business and making money have to know how to price your proposals or your bids or quotes when it comes to government contracting. For those of you who do not know, I am a business coach. I focus in on government contracts in regards to working with those that are new to government contracting and need assistance and help in guiding, or I guess you would say navigating the procurement process, meaning that needing help in understanding and setting up your infrastructure to be able to bid on opportunities at any given moment based upon a model, a price model. And that is what I help you do. Today's focus is government contracting. I do work with other clients in business operations as well, those things that you need in order to operate effectively. So definitely reach out to me if you need help with that. And I can give you more information about business operations. But what I wanted to focus in on, especially for my government contractors, those small business owners, those women, small business owners, is understanding the importance of setting up your or developing your indirect rates. We're going to talk about some profit levels and also cost versus profit. So everything that has to do with pricing your bids and or proposals and or quotes. So depending upon where you are, the level of where you are in understanding, I'm just going to try to break this down to its simplest form, but understand that I teach this process to you. So no worries. We break it down as much as possible for you to understand and then grow from that particular level. So I really do meet you where you are in regards to understanding government contract bidding. So it's very important for you to establish your indirect rates. And when I talk about indirect rates, I mean your overhead, and your G&A, general and administrative costs. So these types of costing really is what does it take to operate your business. You want to look at what does it take to operate your business, and in doing that, you're going to break it down into different buckets, and the buckets are your fringe rate. And within that, it does have various line items that include your fringe cost, dealing with workers' comp, dealing with your employee salaries, so on and so forth. And then you're going to look at your overhead costs. What does it take to operate your organization? could be your the building that you're in, your utilities, your office, your staff, or different things in regards to what they need operating your business. And then the general and administrative costs could be your supplies, could be, it's just various different nuances. Your insurance costs. I mean, it's just a lot of different things and line items, if you will, that you would include in your general and administrative costs and administering your business. So your indirect rates, the cost of doing business, is broken down into different buckets: fringe, overhead, and G&A. And I'm keeping this at the simplest form for you to really start to make sure that you account for those costs. That's what you want to do in your pricing. You want to account for those costs in your pricing. And again, I'm keeping this very general. I'm just breaking it up to three main buckets. There are other ways that you can break out your costs. Your subhandling costs, material subhandling costs, your break up your overhead to various contractor site versus client site or government site. You know, it really depends on how you want to structure your business in regards to the pricing piece of your indirect costs. But the thing that I want you to know is that you need to account for the cost of doing business. That's very important because at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're covering the cost of doing business before you even talk about profit levels and how much profit that you can make off of a particular project. So that starts with understanding your infrastructure. And that is what I help you do. Get that together. If you already have indirect rates, great. And then we can start from there. But if you do not, then that is the base one where we need to start from, is capturing those operations costs in order to develop your indirect rates. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, again, for those who may be catching me on the replay, just hit hashtag replay. Let me know that you did see this. And you can leave questions in the comment section. I'll definitely come back and review those questions. But I definitely want to make sure that you understand the importance of developing your indirect rates. And again, if you want to set up a call with me, here is my bit.ly link, GBS Let's Connect, and we can definitely have a conversation on how and see how I can help you. So the second thing that I wanted to talk about too is the importance of understanding profit levels. How much money do you want to make off of this job or this project that you are bidding on? You know, what are your fee percentages? Are they realistic or are they unrealistic? You have to understand, for example, the contract type in order to kind of gauge a range of where you need to be in regards to your fee levels. That would be a realistic percentage that you want to add to your total cost of doing business. So again, when I work with my clients, we're doing calculations. We're doing Excel spreadsheets. When you talk about pricing, you're pulling out that calculator. You're pulling out, you're developing Excel spreadsheets and putting in formulas to have the system calculated for you. Because again, you want to automate this as much as possible, but you have to understand what those numbers mean. You have to understand what those formulas mean. So if someone or an auditor were to ask you, well, how did you come up with your numbers? You should be able to easily explain where those numbers come in and how those numbers were developed. So it's very important to document where you're getting your numbers, because you don't, in case you're ever audited, And also in case the evaluators want to reach back to you and say, okay, I really like your final pricing, but I have a couple of questions in regards to your profit level or your fee. How did you come up with that fee? What was that based upon? Or I may have a question about your indirect rates. I see that you have these rates and I see how they're calculated, but I do have some questions. So you want to make sure that you understand and can tell the story of how you developed your indirect rates and also how you came up with your profit or fee level for that particular project. And it all starts with the development of those items and developing your pricing infrastructure. And that is definitely what I help you with. Again, if you have questions, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation. Let's have a chat and see how I can assist you in moving forward. Now, keep in mind, my final thing that I want to talk about today is cost versus profit. Cost versus profit. When you are reviewing, doing a QC quality control on your final bid submission, you want to make sure that you have your proper profit in there and you did not submit a bid with just only your cost numbers. Because at the end of the day, we want to make money. So you need to make sure that you are making sure that you add that information in correctly, and then also that you're comfortable with those numbers before you submit. Because with government contracting, you have to be competitive. So and it also is based upon the evaluation factors. How is the government evaluating your proposal? They are going to tell you in that solicitation. They are going to tell you, for example, if they are evaluating it low cost, technically acceptable, or they may be evaluating it best value. And do you know the difference between a low price, I should say, not low cost, low price, LPTA, low price, technically acceptable? Do you know what that means? Do you know what best value means? And I just give you an example of one. LPTA is low price, technically acceptable, meaning that they are going to evaluate the contractors based on being technically acceptable first. If everybody is technically acceptable, meaning they can do the job, we like their response, now we're going to look at who has the lowest price. So again, when you're pricing your bids, you have to be competitive and still make sure you're covering yourself, covering your costs, and making a profit at the on top of that at the end of the day. So don't shortchange yourself when you are submitting your proposals. Don't shortchange yourself when you're submitting your pricing, because you need to make money. You're not doing the work for free. So again, I hope that this information we talked about today, in regards to indirect rates, in regards to profit or fee levels, in regards to cost versus profit, has helped and started kind of spark some questions that you may have, or that things that you never really thought about that you need to start to incorporate when you are submitting your proposals or bids for government opportunities. So again, if you have questions and you need help and you say, okay, I'm ready to get this going, I need training, I need coaching. If that is you, please reach out to me. Here is my bit.ly link, bit.ly / all caps GBS lowercase, let's connect. And let's connect today and see how I can help you in up-leveling your expertise when it comes to pricing your bids, when it comes to winning these government contracts. So again, my name is Tina Greer of Greer Business Solutions, and I look forward to talking to you very soon. You guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll talk soon. Bye for now.